Hey, hi all, welcome to the channel. Hope all is well at your end. So today we will talk about one important topic of SQL, which is basically group by clause and having clause. So group by clause is used to group identical data together, and using having clause we can put certain condition on group by clause. Okay, so let's try to understand these two concepts in detail. Okay, but before that, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe it. Also, I would like to say thanks to all our viewers who are continuously providing their support to us. Your support means a lot to us, and that help us in creating more such content and videos. So please keep watching and keep motivating us. Now let's talk about group by clause. Okay. So group by clause is basically used to arrange identical data into groups. It is often used with aggregate functions like sum, min, max, etc. in order to summarize the data. Okay, let's look at the syntax. Okay, select column 1, column 2, aggregate functions column 3. Okay, if we want to apply aggregate functions on column 3 from table underscore name, okay, where condition, okay, whatever condition we want to impose, group by column 1, column 2. If we want to group data on the basis of column 1, comma, column 2, then order by column 1, column 2. Okay, so this clause is basically optional. If you want to sort data, then you can use order by clause, otherwise you can skip it. Okay, now let's look at the example. Okay, so in this particular example we have got this table product which is having two columns, product and quantity. Okay, now let's look at the query in left hand side. Select product underscore name from product, group by product underscore name. Okay, now what this query will do, okay, it will simply form group on the basis of product underscore name. Okay, so the outcome should be the distinct product names from the product column. Okay, so here the outcome will be Lux, Cherry, Maggie. Okay, so basically what group by clause does, if we are simply applying group by clause on one particular column without using any sort of aggregate functions, so it will return us distinct column values from that particular column. Okay, so here it's basically forming group on the basis of product underscore name. Okay, so let's look at the other example. So in this particular example, along with product underscore name, we are also summing the quantity. Okay, so what exactly we are doing? We are forming group on the basis of product underscore name. Okay, and for each and every group we want to show the total quantity for that particular group. Okay, so in this particular case the outcome will be, okay, different product name, okay, along with their total quantity. Okay, so that's basically a proper use case of group by clause wherein we can form different group. Okay, and we can also apply aggregate functions. This aggregate functions can be anything: sum, min, max, average, okay, etc. Now let's talk about having clause. Okay, so this clause is basically used with group by clause in order to impose certain condition on a group. Okay, so here syntax is select column 1, column 2 aggregate functions on column 3, okay, from table underscore name where condition group by column 1, column 2 having condition. Okay, so whatever condition we are going to impose in having clause, okay, that will basically apply on particular group. Okay, so whatever group we are forming on the basis of group by clause, okay, this having condition will be imposed on that particular group. Okay, let's look at the example. Okay, so the same table, product and quantity. Okay, so in this particular example what exactly we are doing? Select product underscore name, sum qt by quantity from product, group by product underscore name. Okay, this is what we did in last example. On top of this, here we have introduced this having condition. Okay, having sum qt by greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so this will only return that particular product name which is having total quantity greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so in this particular example only Lux is having that total quantity which is greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so in this particular case the outcome will be Lux because that particular product is having quantity greater than 20. Okay, Now let's try to understand group by clause using one example. Okay, so let's create one table. Okay, create table, let's say customer underscore orders, okay, which will have 4 columns. First one is order underscore ID. Okay, let's keep it numeric. Okay, let's keep it numeric 3. Okay, then we'll have customer underscore ID. Okay, keep this numeric as well. Okay, then we'll keep order date. Okay, it should be in date time format. Then the last one is, let's say, quantity. Okay, this one will be numeric also. Okay, now let's execute it. So this particular table is created. Now let's make some entry in this particular table. Okay, so let's say insert into, let's say, order ID 1, customer ID 101, order that, let's say, sys date. Okay, and then quantity is, let's say, 10. Okay, now let's execute it. Okay, we'll have to specify name now. Okay, so insert into customer orders values. So let's insert some values in this particular table. Okay, I'll make some more entries. Now this time customer ID is 102. I'll keep the quantity and rest all fields as it is. Let's execute it. Okay, so it has inserted one more row. Let's say 103. Okay, then again, then 104. Okay, then I'll keep the customer ID same, but this time I'm making some changes in quantity. Okay, now let's say 102. Now this time I'm changing date. Okay, so I have made certain entries on this particular table. Okay, let me show you. Select stuff from customer underscore orders. Okay, let's execute it. So this particular table is having these many records. Okay, so now let's sort it on the basis of customer ID so that you will have clear understanding what exactly this table contains. Customer underscore ID. Okay, so for customer ID 101, we have got 2 entries. For customer ID 102, we have got 2 entries. For 103 also we have got 2 entries, and 104 we have got only 1 entry. Okay, now let's write some query using group by clause. Okay, let's see, we want to group it on the basis of customer ID and we want to see the total quantity for that particular customer. Okay, then how we can do this? Okay, we'll use it customer underscore ID. Okay, we'll apply group by on this particular thing. Now the sum of quantity, okay, which basically will give us total quantity. Okay, so it is basically total QTY from customer underscore orders. Okay, now group by, okay, group by customer underscore ID. Okay, now let's execute it. Okay, so it has given us different customer ID. Okay, on right hand side you would be able to see total quantity for that particular customer. Okay, so using this particular query we can understand what exactly the total quantity ordered by that particular customer ID so far. Okay, Similarly, we can impose some conditions on this particular group by clause. Okay, so we can say having sum underscore quantity, okay, that is greater than or equal to 25 or greater than 25. Okay, if we look at this particular result set, okay, so except last rows, which is 104, rest all are having total quantity greater than or equal to 25. Okay, so this query should give us these three customer ID 101, 102, 103. Okay, let's execute it. Okay, now let's say if we want to see the total quantity order on one particular date, that also we can see. Okay, for that one we'll have to write this query. Okay, select. Okay, now we'll have to use order date. Okay, in our group by clause. Okay, now the sum of quantity. Okay, which will basically give us total quantity order on that particular date. Okay, from customer underscore orders. Okay, now group by, okay, group by order underscore date. Okay, also use some sort of formatting in this particular column, order underscore date. Okay, so let's say to care. Okay, I want to use this particular format. Okay, let's say dd hyphen mon hyphen yy. Okay, here also I can copy the same. Okay, now let's execute it. Okay, see, so it's basically displaying us quantity on the basis of different order dates. Okay, so it's basically forming group on the basis of order date. Okay, I hope now you are able to understand the group by and having clause. This is quite important concept in any SQL or relational database management system. Okay, so please do some practice at your end. Okay, and let me know in case of any issue or any concern. Okay, so we'll stop here. If you like this particular video, please give your thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, till then, goodbye. Thank you. Keep watching and please make sure to like, subscribe and share this particular video in order to reach it to wider audience.